Hey CJ fam, welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time on the channel, to the newbies, welcome on board. Please hit on the subscribe button, like this video and share with your loved ones to be part of this beautiful and amazing family, guys. So this beautiful outfit was actually inspired by Kim Dave and Style by Reme. If you want to see how I made this beautiful outfit and how I drafted the pattern, then keep on watching. I actually made this outfit for my birthday. So if you want to know how to make this and you want to look good, then keep on watching. These are the measurements you'll be needing to make this beautiful outfit that you just saw. And mind you, the first step we're going to be taking is our vertical measurement. Then we'll proceed to our horizontal measurement. So first thing first, we take our shoulder measurement. Then on our shoulder line, we'll come down by 1 inch. Then we're going to be going up by half of an inch on the shoulder point. Then we're going to be blending the line with a straight line towards the neckline. After doing that, to connect with a straight line. Then we're going to be marking our bust point, our bust span actually. To get your bust span, you measure your nipple to nipple measurement, which mine at this point is 4 inches. So I'm going to be replicating the 4 inches on the breast point, the under bust, the half length, as well as on the hip line. Then I'm going to be connecting it with a straight line as shown in this video. After doing that, then on the breast point, I'm going to be coming down by 1.5 inch. After coming down by 1.5 inch, then on the side point, I'm going to be going in by half of an inch on both on the left hand as well as on the right hand side. And then I'm going to be replicating it on the half length, the hip line, as well as on the underbust. Mind you, on the hip line, you go up by 2 inches because the dart is not supposed to get to your hip line. Now I'm going to be connecting from the bust point line where we came down by 1.5 inch. I'm going to be connecting it with a triangle towards the underbust. Then I'm going to be connecting it with a straight line close to the hip line. Make sure you check what you're doing, guys, so you don't make a mistake. So on the armhole line, to get your armhole measurement, go up from your breast point by 2 inches. Then you make a horizontal line. After doing that, now we are going to be connecting our darts as shown. We're going to be connecting it with a straight line towards the half length, and then we're going to be stopping at 2 inches above our hip line, just like you see me doing it, guys. If you know this is your first time on the channel and you've not subscribed yet, please do that now, guys. Subscribe to the channel, like this video and share with your friends and family members, guys. So now we're going to be taking our horizontal measurements. On the breast point, we're going to be measuring our bust point divided by our bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches. The half inch will be for the sewing, and then the 1 inch will be the sewing allowance. So we are going to be replicating the measurement of our bust. We're going to be replicating the measurement of our waistline, waist divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches. Then on our hip line, we're going to be doing hip divided by 4 plus 1.5 inches. So after marking those points, we are going to be connecting it with a straight line. once we are done with the horizontal measurement. At this point, you can see that I marked the actual measurement as well as the allowance that I'm going to be leaving on the body of the pattern. Guys, please try to ignore every sound that you're going to be hearing on the background. It was actually unavoidable. So on the armhole point, I'm going to be connecting from the shoulder point towards the horizontal point with a straight line as well as an horizontal line. Then on the armhole point, I'm going to be looking for the midpoint. Then I marked half of an inch inwards. Then I'm going to be connecting it with a curve towards the main shoulder. So after connecting it with a curve, I'm going to be extending the vertical line as shown. So now on the breast point area, we're going to be going up by 1.5 inches upward. Then we're going to be marking that point. Then on the front neckline, we're going to be going in by half of an inch as shown. Then we're going to be connecting it with a straight line as shown. This will serve as the front neckline. Then from that breast point line that we mark, we're going to be connecting it with a curve towards the under bust. Then after doing that, this is how it looks. Towards the right hand side, I actually adjusted this pattern, what I marked here. I went up by 2.5 inch, which I later changed at the course of the drafting of this pattern. I later changed it to 1 inch, but if you want yours to go up, you can stick to this. So after connecting the curve as shown, now we are going to be extending our lines downward. From the half length, which is the waistline, I came down by 3 inches. Then I connected an horizontal line outward as shown, and I'm going to be labeling it as C. I labeled it as C. C, which means where we are going to be curving. The C stands for curve. So from that point now, I'm going to be going towards the hemline. Mind you, at the point of this hemline, I added my folding allowance, which was 1 inch. So I marked the point where my dart line is. Then I'm going to be connecting from that curve using my pattern master. I'll connect from that place I labeled curve towards the point where I marked on the lower hemline as shown. So after connecting it towards the hemline with a straight line and on the upper part with a curve, on the right hand part towards the outer seam, I'm going to be connecting it with a straight line as shown. After doing that, I'm going to be blending the lines. Then now it's time to cut. Watch carefully so you know the point at which you're supposed to cut and where not to cut. To my beautiful and amazing CJ fam, thank you guys for being the best. Thank you guys for being amazing. I really appreciate you guys so much. And to those that want to be part of this family, do well to hit on the subscribe button. Make sure to like this video, drop a comment down in the comment section below, and you definitely enjoy the ride. So let's get right into the video. So after cutting the necessary part, guys, this is how the pattern is going to be looking like. Mind you, the front center pattern, it's unfold. So if you're cutting it on your fabric, you should know that the center point is unfold and it's just a piece. Then for the pattern for the side curve, we are only going to be needing one particular pattern for the side, because the side for both the front and the back is going to be the same, so there'll be no need to cut two. After cutting it out, we can see that our pattern is just 3 pieces and the starting point line is not needed, so I'm going to be cutting it off. So after doing that, this is how our pattern looks like. Now on the curvy part, we are going to be slashing and spreading it. But before that, I'm going to be labeling the front part as the front yoke on the bust point axis. So now back to the curve, we are going to be dividing it into 3 parts. After dividing it, I'm going to be dividing the patterns and I'll label it as 1, 2 and 3. So these are going to be like 3 panels, and the spaces in between will be 5 inches. That's how far we're going to be spreading it. So after doing that, our front pattern is actually ready. Remember the point I told you I'm going to be adjusting on the bust point axis? This is it. I went up by 1 inch instead of 2.5 inches, and this is how it looks after that. Now we're going to be cutting our back pattern, guys. Please pay attention. On the back pattern, I marked 1.5 inches on the pattern paper, and that will serve as our zipper allowance. After doing that, we're going to be pinning the front pattern starting from that line where the zipper allowance is ending. Make sure to watch carefully so you understand it, guys. So at the shoulder point, you can see where I started pinning from. The back neckline and the front neckline will not be the same, but every other part will remain the same, guys. But just that the back pattern will not be having a curve because there's no bust there. So please pay attention, guys. At this point now, we're going to be pinning each and every part so it doesn't move. If you don't pin it this way, guys, the pattern might actually move and you might miss a particular measurement. So just do it carefully. Slow and steady, they say, wins the race, guys. So please take your time. So after pinning it down, we're going to be tracing off every part apart from the neckline. What we are going to be changing here is just the neckline, guys.
in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots.
Once you're done pinning it, now we can start tracing off the front pattern towards the back. Now we're going to be marking on the underbust line, the half length line, as well as the hip point and where we made our curve. So after marking those points, we're going to be tracing off the line. But before that, the back neckline is actually 1.5 inches deeper. So after cutting the back neckline, I'm going to be tracing off the shoulder because the shoulder point is the same. So also is the armhole part, just that the front armhole is deeper than that of the back. The back armhole is actually shallow while the front armhole is deep. So after tracing off the armhole, the sides, we're going to be cutting it out using our pair of scissors. Till I hear him say, now we're going to be tracing off the curve just like we did for the front pattern as shown. The difference between the front and the back is the zipper allowance for the back and then the neckline for the back. So after cutting it out, this is how the pattern looks like. Now we're going to be removing the pins. Made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed, all the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say, I don't push pause, no I push play, I won't stop till I make a change, I withdraw on the things I make, I turn flaws into flawless traits. Now we're going to be reeling a line at the half length. I'm trying to place the front pattern on the back to see if it corresponds, which it actually did. So now I'm going to mark the point of the underbust for the back pattern also, because I'm going to be needing the line. After marking each point, I'm going to be connecting it with a straight line. So after connecting it to the line, this is how it looks. Then on the point of the zipper parts, the half length, I'm going to be going in by 1 inch. Then I'm going to be connecting it with a slant as shown towards the lower part as well as on the upper part. This place we are marking, we're going to be cutting it off because this is going to stop the zip from bulging once we are done sewing it. This will prevent the zip from bulging out once we are done installing the zipper on the fabric. So now we'll be notching the neckline part where the zipper is going to stop. Then I'm going to be trimming the towards the hemline a little bit. And after doing that, I'm satisfied with how it looks. Now on the back part, I'm going to be marking where my dart is going to sit. After marking it, we can see that we're going to be cutting from that under bust point that we mark for the front on the back pattern also. The lower hem of the back pattern is going to be 2 pieces, and then that of the upper part will be 2 pieces also. So also for the front, we're going to be having 4 pieces for the front, 2 for the lining, and then a single piece for the lower part for the front pattern. And we are done, guys. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you guys on the next one, which is the sewing part.